Hey guys, we're back. AristoCrits post-show Q&A. Thanks for watching. So yeah, it looks like we've got 1 or 2 questions already. I like that someone said, in quotes, "cool like Kyle," and then a robot and does not compute. It's true. Good go for me too.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair.
So someone asked if I use a botch table. I'm assuming what they mean by that is a failure roll table. So if someone roll a critical fail table, that's what I call it. Botch table makes sense too. So like if someone rolled a natural 1, something randomly bad would happen. I have used it. I actually didn't use it the last 2. Perfectly honestly, I forgot to print it out again. But yeah, botch tables are great. Q&A question for how off prep did this session go? Very off prep. Yeah, probably James just asked how off prep it went. Yeah, you guys went off the beaten path of what I was expecting.
What were you expecting? What was your
do you think we go right to the
envision?
factory?
Yeah.
It was, no, you'd go to the factory. I was not expecting like to pretend you're buying the factory or like to start a brawl there. I had all these plans for for like places fights could happen. Mm-hmm. None of it involved the factory. Like if you guys eventually like left, and also we got a little rushed. I'll say this, like the plan for the session got a little rushed because of the tech issues at the front. So there are a few things I kind of like lopped off for time. But one of the things was like you were possibly going to get mugged and someone recognized the Duke and try to kidnap them.
Oh, and those 2 guys at the bar too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was possible they were going to show up again as muggers. But yeah, I was not expecting the fight to happen.
Did you plan for us to go to a play? Because I was thinking about it.
I didn't plan that.
I mean, Despicable Me is a very good.
People, we could have taken him to Despicable Me.
Yeah.
You could have taken the entire session. Could have just.
Minion would have loved that.
Let's see. Ruby Roo asks, why does Kyle never tweet? Tell him to stop going so long between non-at-reply tweets.
That's my problem too.
Kyle.
With Kyle.
Hard-hitting question.
Sure. I don't know.
I really put you on the spot. Sorry.
No, I'll be honest with it. Like when I look at a tweet, like I never want to make a tweet about complaining about something. There's just so many things. Like I'll type out a tweet and say I hate that and delete it.
Yeah.
And so it's really hard to really put yourself out there. Like what I'm saying is worth it every single time with Twitter. Is really why.
Yeah, I can hear that.
You have a lot of followers.
If people are wondering,
I'm following you right now. From @Claspy. It's my Twitter. For all your...
I'll follow you back, absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna get in on this mutual follow situation.
I never...
Her agent.
I never bring up my Twitter handle when we do like the pitching stuff at the end because I have not tweeted in 2 years. So I have a Twitter that's active, but it feels like too much work. And like if I have a funny idea, I feel like I usually end up using it as a joke for something else. And so I guess basically I'm a funny hoarder.
You hoard all your funny.
I hoard all my funny.
Yeah, most of the tweets I think of are like about tacos or about not talking to people at parties.
Yeah.
I'll be at a party being like, I should be talking to people. I'll make a tweet about it. And then I'm like, no, that's dumb. Or, you know how tacos are delicious? No, that's dumb. Never mind.
I'm going to do a couple questions real fast so we can get, like, there's a bunch of great questions coming in.
Cool.
So the ones that I would answer simply, I'll do that first. One, for the first-time watcher, Joetown Sebateem. Yes, every week is a temp agency job because our guests change every week, so it's a good way, like, we can have an ongoing world without having, like, constant, like having people rotate out of a single storyline constantly. So that's why it's temp agencies every week. And it's a fun way to get them doing stupid stuff. A lot of people are asking, where's the goo? How much goo is going to be in the next session? I was filled in on the goo thing right before we started. So I got to say tons of goo next time. There's
we went to the Golden Goose. There were goons.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There was a lot of goo.
If you go through a transcript of what we said, there are a lot of instances of the letters G-O-O.
Yeah, everything was gooed.
Sarah, are you bummed that Gorf didn't get to rage?
I am. I really am.
Yeah.
There was no one that was really bad enough.
Yeah, it was kind of it was an unusual session in that it became much more like challenge and social interaction based. So like
yeah.
a barbarian didn't have a lot of opportunity to rage. Too bad we didn't get to those muggers.
But Gorf really always put himself out there, which I really like.
Yeah.
Even though he had low charisma, he always really tried to like fix it. He was a cool guy.
He didn't know he had low charisma.
Yeah, exactly.
People with low charisma usually don't.
Yeah, that's very true. That's
Don't
very true.
I not know it?
Get out of here.
No, this is a great question. Enzo Mato Rikusu, I'm sorry I'm butchering your handle, wants to know who your comedic inspirations are. Who made you guys get into comedy? Because they recently discovered Maria Bamford and thought she was great, which
Oh,
she
she's
is.
the best.
Yeah, Bamford's awesome.
I love her. I do stuff at the UCB Theater, the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater, and got inspired by the television show. But yeah, lots of like old SNL and The State and Wet Hot American Summer, that sort of stuff. That's my jam.
Nice.
I got into improv in a really happenstance way. The short version is I was working in feature casting at a major studio, and we were doing a comedy with a very A-listy comedy guy, and so I was in chemistry reads with him a lot and would joke around with him a lot, and he was very encouraging that I should do something other than sit behind a camera in a casting office.
Not bad advice.
Yeah, so I signed up for a 101 and then loved it and kept going.
We gotta say who it is.
It was Jack Black.
Oh.
What?
That's cool.
Well, I
that's
don't
great.
like just throw it out. Like I don't want to be like I'll
that's
answer.
I get what you're
questions.
saying. Yeah, we dragged it out of you.
Yeah. And it is always nice to know, just to hear about celebrities who are like nice and encouraging and
Yeah,
stuff.
he
That's
is,
great.
and to compliment another celebrity, Patton Oswalt was also around that same time very encouraging of
Nice.
the idea. So.
Kyle?
Comedic inspiration is weird for me because I don't know. I don't ever really try to like emulate anything. I guess also it's just like it is going to like UCB for LA. It was just like these people are genuine in their humor, and I always really like that. Everything that's funny comes from like not a joke that they've constructed, but like a character like reacting and still like there's funny in being supportive is what I learned there, and I think that's hilarious every time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree there.
Yeah, that's great. Just so if people who are not in LA or New York don't know, I think we mentioned, but UCB is the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. It's a big improv comedy theater.
And sketch and stand-up.
Yeah. I started doing improv in college, and basically I was a comp sci major, and I switched away from that because I wanted to make video games, and then realized that the department I went in was USC, and I went to USC because I had heard they were starting a game design program, and they basically were a few years away from it. And so I was in the first game design class at USC, but they didn't start offering a major until the year after I graduated. So
now you're going back to school
now I'm going
to
back
design
school.
video games.
No, but I realized within the first semester that I didn't want to do the type of computer programming they were doing. And so I switched out, was trying a bunch of stuff, and I started doing improv with a college group. And really my entry into comedy wasn't so much a specific inspiration as like having a blast doing that, and after graduating being like, well, I don't want to stop having fun, and wanting to keep doing it.
Cool.
My college actually has a major in comedy now.
Dang.
It's the only one in the
That's
country.
ridiculous.
Well, it's in partnership with Second
Yeah.
City. It's in partnership with Second City.
Think of the comedy majors. Think of like who that is.
I think Edie Bryant is one of them because she
Really?
graduated from my college. Yeah.
Yeah, but she didn't major in comedy.
She might have.
No way she did.
They
I would
started.
believe
It
it.
was the
looking
year
it up.
after I graduated that they implemented that as like a major. Because when I was there, you could take classes at Second City and get credit for them at Columbia. And
That's crazy.
It just
yeah,
makes
it
me
is
nervous.
crazy.
It
No,
makes-
I would
Think of
never
that.
recommend it to anyone because
Yeah.
I don't know what you do with that
like,
degree.
hey, I'm a
but
comedy major. It's just
Yeah, it sounds-
Once you get a sense of authority over your comedy, I think it's
Yeah.
yeah, it sounds awful.
I have a degree in comedy.
I just find it interesting that they have it.
That is cool. That is very cool.
I think there's at least two inside jokes happening here. One, Kyle's inspiration is pet jokes.
Sure. Yeah. that's an inside
And
joke.
Kyle leveled up his comedy with Bud Light.
Also an inside joke. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. This is a question two people have asked
Well,
related to video games. How do you guys feel about Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door?
Oh,
Is that
Paper
also an
Mario.
inside-
also an inside joke.
Great.
Great.
Yeah. Love it though. Obviously love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best Paper Mario, right?
Heck yeah.
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 There you have it. I think I played that one. Was that the one on 64 or?
That's the one on GameCube.
GameCube.
Okay, I did play it. Yep. I like
Okay,
it.
I had a question for you.
Okay.
Did you write good stuff? Like, we talked about what you planned.
No,
but, like, sometimes
never.
I see you write, like, you reading some, like, dialogue that you've written. Like, I'm curious what we missed out on.
What did you miss out on? I'm just trying to mainly think if there's anything I can't say
Like,
because I might
he's
use
got
it.
pages and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. He threw a whole other adventure on the floor.
Yeah, that's the one that didn't get voted on, which might happen someday still.
Yeah, we'll see.
I love that this show has a running joke where there's one that never gets voted in.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
That's honestly a little bit why I was like, let's take another 10 pages.
Honestly, this adventure, there's not a ton that I wrote, like, specific wise that you didn't hear. There's like one or two other places. You guys, I had specifics written out for if you had gone to Hex Row, which is this world's like version of Skid Row that another adventure visited once.
Oh, cool.
But there wasn't even any specific dialogue. It was just like things you may have run into because this adventure was a little more, I was experimenting with being a little more improvisational where just putting a bunch of possible places they could go and less specifics, more like, well, what are they going to do there?
I
I
mean,
didn't know about Hex Row. I want a map.
If you guys had wanted, that's something we've talked about
Be
doing.
more like James.
Yeah.
you should do a map because I think that's like now, like the Duke's property will appear on that map.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
With a tiny little like stand in the corner of it. You know what I mean? Like that's all canon now. And then going forward, people can go visit those spaces. It's pretty exciting.
No, we've talked about doing that. Yeah, that's
Talk about the wiki.
on our list. We are also starting a wiki
Ooh.
for all the info from this world. We're still entering some stuff. It's not quite ready yet, but in the next week or two, hopefully, we'll be able to send you guys a link.
Do you guys have a Facebook page?
No. You're trying to help me pitch, and I'm not ready for this stuff yet.
Got it.
Or pimp ourselves out. A couple other questions. Someone asked me when I started DMing. First time I DM'd was about 6 or 7 years ago with 4th edition. Now, obviously, we're doing 5th. The background is not a green screen. This is real. That is real. It's also
We're not helping it because we can't
did
reach
earlier.
it,
Yeah.
but
It's
it is
real.
real.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real.
Scritch, 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 scritch. No, it is real. That is a real mop. Someone asked that too. I didn't make that, so I assume it's a real mop. It looks real to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the dudes behind the camera made this. It's
Yeah.
very good.
It looks even better when you're here live.
Yeah, shout out to Chris who made that.
Yeah.
Chris.
Let's see. Someone asked, this is the Getting Dug with High studio. Same show happens in here at Jash. Do you guys play video games or not really?
Oh yeah, I'm so into Fallout 4 right now. And then I also like you know, the classic stuff like Psychonauts. Psychonauts not a classic.
That's
Why
a
did I say
classic.
that? I love
Yeah,
Psychonauts.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
so excited that got funded. The sequel.
The sequel?
Yeah.
I don't really play video games. I do sometimes, but not really. I'll play like Civilization 5 for about 6 hours and then have to put it away for 2 months.
That counts.
I feel like playing Civ 5 for 6 hours counts as playing video games.
Yeah.
Yeah, I play one video game and I play Sims.
That counts.
Yeah.
I do play video games. I'm very cool.
Kyle, do you play video
I
games
do.
at all?
I think I think it's really interesting to play D&D after playing video games your whole life. You know what I mean? Because it's a game where you can do anything, which is super weird and like doesn't exist anywhere. And so it's cool. It's a cool thing to have.
Yeah. I actually, these guys have all played a little bit of D&D, as you may have heard earlier if you were in that part of the show. When I'm explaining like what we're doing, especially to people who have never played D&D before the show starts, it's actually interesting. One thing I tell people, like, because we have, on their sheets, you won't be able to see it, I won't hold it up. I have their common attacks, like if they have a sword or a dagger or whatever, and just like the easy rolls listed. But I always specifically tell people, like, these aren't like the only things you can do. Because I've had, the very first time we did this show, people were falling in the thing of like, in a fight, they would just be like, I use sword. As if it's a video game where you're pressing a button.
I think I recently have explained D&D to a couple of people as Skyrim, because I think that that's a good video game bridge to a role-playing game, because it's like the period that you would normally play D&D in tends to be the sort of vaguely medieval, and Skyrim's very like you can kind of do anything. So I'll say that I think that's a good.
The only thing is, you can physically do anything in Skyrim, but like I feel like because there's so much of it is dialogue based that it feels different to me. But I see that.
I think in video games it's the closest thing to it. I don't think it's an exact replica, but yeah, it's I like that about D&D, that you can really just do anything. But I do always feel bad when I can feel that I'm making a choice that takes me away from what a DM has prepped, because they do a lot of work.
Yeah.
You don't feel bad?
No.
Yeah.
When it was clear that Clay had to like make stuff up, I was like having such a good time.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
I love
that is fun,
trying to make Bruce keep hitting on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, keep going, Bruce.
Bruce was Batman.
I mean,
there's still more episodes of the show.
This is an ongoing world. So who knows what might happen.
Yeah.
Bruce was not strong enough to be Batman, I think.
Yeah.
That's what Bruce Wayne does. Bruce Wayne doesn't want you to think he's strong.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Someone asked, this is very pertinent. We'll get back to what we were just talking about in one quick second. Someone asked where they can watch past streams of this show, and that it was a little awkward trying to find them. Yes, it is a little awkward trying to find them. Finding past streams on Twitch in general, I think, is a little awkward. We do have past streams. We're also recording them as they go, so I forget the limit, but Twitch has a limit in how long past streams will stay on the site. However, sooner or later, we're gonna have a YouTube set up, so you'll also be able to go on YouTube if you want to watch, like, our first show and watch it on there. So, short answer, you can watch a couple past streams. Long answer, very soon you'll be able to watch whatever you want, however far back you want. If anybody, I didn't answer the question about video games. I do play video games a bunch. I actually just finished Her Story. Have you guys heard of that?
Yeah.
I thought it was very interesting and good. It was a little more like a choose your own adventure book than a video game, but I thought it was good. I also have played a bunch of Fallout 4. I just downloaded both Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon and Dragon Age Inquisition on I still just have a PS3 because they were on sale on the PlayStation Store. But yeah.
I heard Dragon Age is great.
That's what I hear. So far, I'm playing it on PS3, not PS4, and the frame rates are not great, but I'm not too much of a snob about that sort of thing. So
I mean, you mentioned it. Sounds like you're a snob about it.
There's a lot of video game players watching, and I want them to think I'm cool.
I mean, you have on more than one occasion shown me the mods you have installed for Skyrim, so that's a snob. That's a video game snob.
What's your favorite type of D&D weapon to wield?
Ooh, cool question.
I had in the other campaign I'm playing, I play this bard who's a woman named Xenafia Aguilera.
She's great.
She's great. She's drunk all the time.
She's bald.
Unfortunately, she had hair, but she has a. It's not really a weapon, but it's a thing that I really love. It's a keytar lute called a keytoot. And she uses it in spells and stuff.
Yeah, the keytar lute is pretty great.
It's a keytoot.
The keytoot, sorry.
Keytoot, yeah.
How do you play it?
A little of this and then a little of this.
Oh, so you never have to blow into it?
No, a lute is like
a guitar.
Oh, is it like a fancy, like
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Like in Robin Hood?
Sure, absolutely.
The rooster place?
Yeah.
Jen?
I like ranged weapons, so I usually will have a longbow. The character that I'm playing right now, who is a Dragonborn Ranger, I just got an oath bow. If anybody who is a real D&D nerd knows what that is, it's pretty cool. You can whisper to your bow to make somebody your sworn enemy, and when someone
sounds sexy.
It's real sexy. You're like, hey, bow, and in Elven too, so it's it's sexy. You make someone your sworn enemy, and then every time you hit the sworn enemy with that bow, you do an extra 3d6 damage, which is pretty good on top of like all your normal stuff. However, you have disadvantage with all other weapons while you have a living sworn enemy. So it's a trade-off, but I think it's pretty cool.
How many sworn enemies have you had?
I've only had one so far, and it was an Elder Brain, which is it's like a giant hive mind of a bunch of illithid, which are mind flayers. They're these really high level monsters. You guys, I've been playing D&D for a long time.
This is good stuff. What is a mind flare?
It basically, its head kind of looks like a squid, and they can control other people's minds. They do a lot of psychic damage, and what they eat are brains. So either they will like jump on your face, crack your skull open, and suck your brain out, or you become its unwilling servant.
Your campaign is so serious.
It's really,
so serious.
it's for real, guys.
Yeah, man, you know, an illithid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Kyle, do you have
I never got to use magic before, and that was
fun.
very fun. Just putting a person to sleep.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so great.
I honestly, I play rogues a lot, so I use a lot of daggers, which is, I feel like, a boring answer, but
No, you can do a lot of stuff with a dagger.
a lot of good dagger stuff. I feel like I tend to, if I play a magic user, they use a dagger. And they'll like I had a sorcerer. God, I love playing a wild magic sorcerer.
It's super fun.
Who had like a dagger who was his arcane focus, so he could use it to power his spells.
Yeah, the wild magic table is a real good. That's why you're bald, by the way.
I don't want to talk about it.
It was a wild magic surge that my sorcerer had made her bald.
I got a wig and they ruined it.
Did we ruin your wig?
Yes!
How did we ruin your wig?
I don't know. Someone pulled it off and...
Oh, I feel like I just really feel like Nymtheriel would have helped you with the wig situation.
Wow.
Because she's on your side.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm afraid this might be an inside joke that I'm not privy to, but yes, I do enjoy daggering.
That's not an inside joke I'm aware
Oh.
of.
Okay.
I don't... is that an...
So you should probably Google
someone
daggering
asked
and
me,
see if it's dirty.
so you enjoy daggering? Yeah, I'm gonna have to get on Urban Dictionary.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, if it isn't if it's a euphemism, I think we all know what it's about.
Yeah, like when you like lick a girl's face.
Yeah. Daggering you.
Yeah, you make a dagger of your tongue
Yeah.
And just
you,
like dart it out at
Yeah.
her.
backstab their face. It's a dance move. Look it up. I will look it up.
Oh.
Someone asked if any of us read fantasy, and when you play D&D, are there any inspiration you draw on for characters?
I read more sci-fi.
I've read all the Game of Thrones stuff recently, but as a child growing up, I read tons of stuff with dragons and witches and wizards and girls dressed as boys so they can be in the army and stuff.
Yeah,
Cool.
I had that phase too. Yeah.
I don't. I'm wondering like where that particular wizard voice, like which wizard talks like that? Like which wizard is that? That's a particular wizard.
It's a little like Merlin from the Disney Sword in the Stone.
Maybe it's that kind of
Similar,
thing.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, speaking of Disney movies, I don't know if any of you caught, but the laugh that the Duke kept doing was absolutely just inspired by King John
Yeah.
from
Oh, yeah.
Robin Hood.
Yep.
Which is on Netflix. We just saw recently.
I have it on DVD.
I struggled really hard. There was a point where the Duke said, "Let's find out," and I was like, "Oh, that's the owl." Yeah, and I was like, "No, we're in this world." There's
A one,
A
two,
a
a three.
Yeah.
He said it. He said, "Let's find out."
Oh wow! Someone just said it's Schmendrick from The Last Unicorn.
That's what the voice is?
That you were doing?
Schmendrick from The Last Unicorn. I watched that recently. My niece is way into it.
That would be it then.
No.
No, the wizard's just like, "Hey, babe, I'm a wizard." He doesn't even like. He's got a really. It's not at all like this. It's like, "Hey there, turn back into a unicorn, lady." You know, it's like really. Have you seen that? Am I only?
I haven't seen it in so long.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
Just to finish answering that question for myself, I've read Game of Thrones. I read fantasy here and there. I mix it up, but lately, man, I love the Gentleman Bastards series by Scott Lynch. That's great fantasy, and it's basically a heist movie, but with rogues.
Ooh.
Does it inspire you when you like come up with characters?
Yeah. I've had actually the D&D character I'm playing in my outside campaign that we were saying Jen and I play in is absolutely inspired by the main character from Loch Lamora, the main character from that series.
Can I recommend a modern fantasy if people want to try something that's a little like fantasy but set in present day? The Magician's Trilogy by Lev Grossman is probably the best thing that I've read in the past, like I would say 7 years. It's really incredible.
Nice. I think we probably want to wrap this up, so we'll just finish these last one. Just real fast, not D&D related, because I want to get as many questions in as I can. Do any of you guys like manga or anime?
I don't really watch it.
No, not for me.
Heck yeah!
I'm somewhere in between those two. I like watch anime every now and then, but I'll go like a year without watching any, and then I'll find some series that's on Netflix or something and be like, oh yeah, and
One
watch
Punch Man. That's that one.
The other thing that got said was, and get to One Punch Man, Kyle.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, you should watch One Punch Man.
I will have to do that. Then someone just said, if you need to change time of the show, I would be able to watch live every week if on Friday.
Ooh.
Well, that one person would be.
Yeah, we gotta rope that guy in.
Yeah.
We'll consider it, Chippers.
You have to make sure Chippers is there at the beginning of every show.
Yeah, Chippers, are you
Listen,
here?
here's the thing, Chippers. We'll move it, but if you're not there every single show, I'm holding you responsible for the life or death of this show.
That's probably.
I mean, you should also get a Facebook page. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, and that's it. We're done. All right. I think that's it, guys. Thanks so much.
Great.
Everybody. Oh yeah. Also follow us on Twitch. If you're still watching on the Megaphone app, go to twitch.tv/jashplay. Use the follow button there, not the follow button on the jash.com side. Sorry. Tech problems. We're fixing it. Yeah.
People who've joined since the show's been over that didn't see the end of the show. So do you want to explain what the show was that they missed?
Oh.
Sure.
Why are they
A
watching?
producer just told me that some of you have joined since the show ended and have no idea what this is.
You missed some good stuff.
Yeah.
No, you just all of
Also,
it.
why did you come here?
These are
Welcome.
I mean, welcome, but why?
In case you can't tell, these are comedians. And basically, every week we get some comedians. We play Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition, kind of a hacked version of 5th edition, live streaming, and it's always a temp job at a temp agency. And they do stupid jobs that I make them do, and it's hilarious.
Or that you can make them do.
Or that
By
you can
submitting
make them
an
do.
idea.
Okay, we're talking too much. Thanks for coming, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.